So just a couple wrap. You've all been very patient. Thank you so much. Couple concluding comments. Number one, the culture of this foundation, and we tried very hard to do this in my prior life, is we live in an ego-free zone. This has nothing to do with those of us that are out there batting the ball. It is everything to do with the environment we're operating in. And I would tell you that we're the only community in the United States, if I fold in Maria's private business, where we have about 1,000 children, middle schoolers, have been exposed to physics. And a whole lot of them are going to stay in this town. And a whole lot of them are our future workforce and future community leaders who can think critically, behave critically, exercise the wisdom that communities like ours really need to advance the ball. So these are the baby steps, but you can see the sprint happening in front of us. So, and by the way, if we normalized the throughput of a middle school, just saying a notional middle school, there are about 100, and Andre school's about 150 students a grade in a public school. The cost of this program, whether it's funded by business or organically by the school, is about the cost of a backpack for that student for 3 years. So there's a number to remember. They pay for that backpack one time. Now we've got board members like Teresa say, well, you know what, speaking of backpacks, let's give them a backpack with our logo on it and business partners, because that's the best career pathway there is to link those middle schoolers to the end user, the business community. And I will tell you, I was going to tell Andre, the extra cars he sees driving around Carmel are people like John Sweetland and Frank Karras and Mike League, who are trying to poach the kids already for their businesses. And that's as it should be. Lastly, I'll tell you, we're very partner friendly, and we've got several in the room today. Janet Carlson with the biological science curriculum studies. Did I get it? That scares me. The operative word is curriculum, and they've been around since the 50s, and they reached out to us and said, you know, there's some synergies here. You probably have not heard of BSCS, but they're a treasure in our own community, and we're working closely with them. Tracy. There's Tracy with the Challenger Learning Center. Great friends of this program. In fact, thanks to the largesse of a benefactor, we're putting all the Carmel middle schoolers through the Challenger Center. So they get to apply what David talked about, and I bet you they behave a little different. And then Diane and Kingsland with the STEM Consortium, we're involved with that. So we want to be good community partners too. So, you know, this is, again, a small but a very, very powerful group. Everybody's here for a very specific reason. We'd be glad to throw it open for a little Q&A. You've got your day jobs to live, and I think we accomplished what we needed to. Again, another heartfelt thanks to Kathleen and Maria. We wouldn't have had this much to So, does this pique anybody's interest, or any questions you'd like to ask that we haven't perhaps addressed?
I'd like to make a comment.
Sure.
I'm Laura McGuire from the Daves, and I have to first confess that the way I've learned my physics has been watching Eureka on Netflix. But I think it's about a year ago that you invited me for tea up at the Wisdom Tea House in Monument, where Dave and I live up there. And I think he probably invited me because, you know, what I do for a living is basically take somebody with a great solution and match them with somebody with a need or a pain, a problem that needs solving. So I sat there and I listened for probably about 45 minutes as he talked about it. And he was so excited, right? And coming out of the whole chamber transition, I was just delighted to see him, probably with a spark like I've never seen him before, honestly. But I listened with rapt attention. And not because, I wasn't actually listening for how do I help them get this in every single middle school across the country, because that's what I do. But it was really about, I'm a mother of a physics major. Michael is finishing his senior year in physics. And what I was really struck by was what I've lived through as a mother of a misguided physicist. And the reason is because like so many kids, and again, Anatoly, when we met, He said, well, Michael is probably one of those 1%ers that would have ended up in a physics degree anyway. But you have to understand what middle school was like, because there was no place for him to apply his brilliance and his curiosity. And so I just kept thinking, if this had been available when my kids were in middle school, what a difference it would have made. So I am so grateful. I'm so excited to hear the progress, because we haven't talked in a few months. But Maria, you guys are doing a great job. Kathleen, fantastic. And we're really grateful to all of you in Anatoly. So thank you.
Well, as Peter Block would say in finishing, he wrote a book called Community, and he believes that great things happen in small groups like this. So in your own way, whatever your takeaways are today, thank you. Ways that you feel, there's a wonderful thing, if you ask for money, you get advice. If you ask for advice, you get money. And we'll take it either way. So we have a lot of schools in need that can organically fund this. So all of you are connected with maybe schools, school boards, with community organizations. We would be glad to take our little stump speech out to anybody. I look at this now clearly as a singular, clearest economic driver for our region and our state. And we've got the Assistant Commissioner of Education is coming down to Carmel next week with her team. There's a very good chance we can take the standards we talked about, put those standards in our curriculum boat, and take care of the whole state in one fell swoop. And I'll tell you what, we've got to quit talking about this. You can't throw enough money at this. You'll never fix it that way. And the conversation we just had today is where the game is played. So you honor, all of you, honor each and every one of us. And on behalf of our board leadership, our advisory board members and staff, thank you for being here, and have a great day. Thank you.